Hello, this is Father Michael Nasser coming to you from St. Nicholas Orthodox Church here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, with this week's Midweek Reflection. And this week I'm reflecting on next week. Next week is Holy Week. It is the holiest of weeks. It's the holiest week of the whole church year. But it is one of the most fantastic, wonderful, precious, priceless gifts of God that He gives us. What is that most precious gift of all things? It is Christ, and particularly the salvation that He offers us, going through the events of the last week up until including His passion, His suffering, His crucifixion, and then leading into the resurrection. It is God's most complete and powerful message that He has ever given to His creation. The week, the Passion Week, the Holy Week, and the events of that week. So how do we interact with it? How do we get impacted by it? Primarily, it's because we have the events of those week recorded for us in the Scriptures. If you look just at the content of the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, an enormous amount of those Gospels involves the last week of Christ's life before His crucifixion and then leading into His resurrection. But how can we encounter the reality of that? It's not just by reading it. It is actually by hearing it read to us and in the context of the services that are devoted to remembering, reconnecting us to those events in the life of Christ as He goes to His passion, His death, and His resurrection. It is the most powerful thing God ever tried to say to us and express to us. And the most powerful way to receive that message is by participating in Holy Week. Period. There's no better way. Sadly, most of the non-Orthodox world, forget the non-Christian world, but the non-Orthodox Christian world has very little offered to them in terms of the remembrance of those events. What they do, thank God they do it, but relatively compared to the Orthodox celebration, it's very small. Maybe even sadder, I don't know, is that the Orthodox expression is so full and wonderful and complete, and yet the majority of Orthodox Christians aren't there to experience it. So what I want to encourage is, if you're watching this video, whether you're Orthodox or not, don't miss out on the wonderful gift that Holy Week is. For those that go through it and devote themselves to it, it is the most powerful week of the year. It can change us in ways that sometimes nothing else can. And yet, that's not going to happen if somehow we haven't found a way to fit in participating in the services. Now, I know a lot of people wait till Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, or some people just come on Pascha, or they only come Palm Sunday. You're missing out. There's no other way to say it. You're missing out. You cannot receive a message that you're not there to receive. If somebody calls you, you don't pick up the phone, you don't get the information they wanted to send you. Even a voicemail doesn't quite do it. But if you don't answer at all, you get that. You get nothing. So I want to encourage everyone to not miss out. Come to as many of the services as you can, not as many as would be convenient and easy. There is nothing that God did for us that's convenient and easy. And we'll see that play out in the particulars as we go through the services. And in the same way, if we're waiting for it to be convenient and easy, we're going to miss out completely. So let us seek the inconvenience and the difficulty of really pouring ourselves into Holy Week. Those services will set the tone for everything that happens between them. It's a holy week. It is a week set apart, the unearthly week. That's what the word holy means. So the more that we can set it apart, first of all, by attending and participating in the services, and then letting those work on us in between the services. That's how we can be changed in this most holy week that's coming up. So I want to encourage everyone, do that. Do the best you can. Don't do the easiest you can, or even what is good but not the best. Do the best, because if you do that, you're going to be blessed in ways you have no way of anticipating and imagining. So may God grant us a wonderful and blessed Holy Week, and may we be inspired by all that God does for us, seen most clearly in His love for us as Christ comes to suffer and die and rise for us. I hope you found that helpful. If so, please share it with your friends via social media. And God willing, we'll see you in next week's video.